Hey everyone, this is Robert Mack with Irvine Real Estate Link, your link to the information that you need to make the right decisions. So, I was going on the internet and I found an article on Trulia.com, which is, if you're looking for real estate, I'm sure you've heard of Trulia and Zillow and all these huge websites. But Trulia is one of the biggest websites for real estate, and they came out with this article called The 7 Deadly Sins of Overpricing. And it's so huge right now because a lot of homeowners are overpricing their listings, and it's actually creating a lot of inventory backup. And so I wanted to bring this to you and share it with you. Now there's 7 reasons that they have here. I'm going to condense it and only talk about the top 3, and I'll put a link to this article in the description of this video so that you can actually click on it and read all 7. But just for, just to keep it short, I want to talk about the top 3 that I see are the biggest sins of overpricing your home to sell in this market. So the very first one is you're not going to get any showings. It is what it is. The market is definitely adjusted from its peak in the mid-2000s. And what's happening is that if buyers are very savvy right now, agents, they're buyers, they're sitting down, they have the internet at their fingertips, they have all the information that they need, they have the comps, they know what's going on in the neighborhood. It's no secret. And what happens is when you overprice your home to sell, when you overprice it, you're simply not going to get any buyers coming through to take a look at your home because you've priced it out of what the market is telling us, and they don't want to waste their time. So that's the very first issue. It's when you're pricing your home to sell, if you're overpricing it, you're not going to get any showings. And that's bad because the more people that view your home, the higher the chances are of you getting an offer or even a multiple offer situation. Whereas if nobody looks at your property, your home is just going to sit on the market and get stale. Second one that I thought was big was you're going to lose out on opportunities. What that means is, let's say your home is worth $500,000 and there's buyers in that price range looking up to $500,000. However, you say, let me try to sell it at $540,000. Well, there's a lot of buyers looking in your neighborhood that have set a max purchase price of $500,000. So what happens is even though the buyers looking in your neighborhood can afford your home at market value, they're not going to know that it's available. And the reason why is because they have a maximum search price set at $500,000. So anytime they search for homes in that price range, your home's not going to pop up. So you're missing out on qualified buyers who can afford to buy in your neighborhood. And the reality is they're going to your competition. If you have a home on your street that's listed for $490 and you have one listed at $500 and then yours is listed at $540, who do you think those buyers are going to go look at? They're going to go look at the 2 listings that are priced within market range, within market value. And you're going to miss out on those opportunities. And right now, interest rates are great. You don't want to miss out on any great buyers coming to take a look at your home. Third is you're going to come across appraisal issues. Now, appraisers are very conservative now in this market. If they can't justify a value for a home, they're not just going to make it up. They have to be able to prove it on paper with comparable sales, or else they're not going to appraise your home at the value it came in at. Now, if you list your home at $540 and the home is worth $495, and we can only justify a price of $495 because the 3 most recent sales have been between $480 and $500, even if you get an offer at $540,000, which is going to be very unlikely because buyers are so savvy right now, and an agent representing that buyer should let them know that $540 is going to be too high. Even if a buyer submits an offer at $540, it's going to get bounced back by the appraisal process. And what's going to happen is the appraiser is going to go out there and say, hey, I've done my comps, I've done my research, the home is worth $500,000, not a penny more. Well, what's going to happen now is that the lender is going to say, where is this additional $40,000 coming from? So there's going to be 3 things that will happen. Either A, the buyer will say, I love this home so much, I'll put in $40,000 on my own money to cover the appraisal difference, which is highly unlikely. The seller will have to come down to market value so that the loan can get approved. So that means the seller will come from $540 to $500, which is also highly unlikely unless they're extremely motivated to sell, which they should be, and that should be, the seller should always come down, in my opinion, if a home doesn't appraise. 3, the transaction will just fall apart because the seller and buyer cannot come to terms that they agree on. And I'm going to actually add a 4th one, and basically the 4th one is going to be that the home you'll have to meet in the middle. The buyer and seller will have to try to find a medium ground where they can say, okay, I'll come down 20, you come up 20, and then they'll make it work. Or 5 actually, as I'm talking, I'm thinking about it, you can appeal the appraisal, but most of the time you'll be unsuccessful. I would say 85 to 90% of the time, if you appeal the appraisal, it's going to be really hard for the appraiser to overturn their value. So that's really my message for today. If you're thinking about selling your property and you're thinking about putting it on the market, make sure you take into consideration the 3 points that I brought up, and make sure you click on the link below and check out all 7. There are many more deadly sins in overpricing your property, but these are the top 7, and I've really gone over the top 3 in my opinion with you. So if you know somebody looking to sell their property, or you know somebody who's interested and maybe wants some more information, go ahead and share this video with them. If you like it, leave a comment below. Check out my website, irvinerealestatelinkcom, for so many great buyers and sellers resources. And I'll talk to you soon.